Hey, Big Brother fans, we have got some important stuff to talk about. First of all, it is confirmed, yes, Keanu is out of the BB27 house. Plus, Vince found out just how bad things are going to be when he is out of the house, and the reveal of the final four HOH winner. We're going to dive into Vince's tears at Morgan's birthday celebration and other muck from the live feeds. They're still acting a little wonky after being down for almost 7 hours. Like when they start talking more about the comp and stuff, it's cutting out a lot. We'll see. Maybe it'll get better. Probably not. Hey guys, some late breaking, very important Big Brother news came in as I was taping and editing this. So stay tuned until the very end because that's where I had to drop it. It's Belinda. Hit subscribe if you're not following us, because we are also going to be covering the Big Brother season of Amazing Race right here as well. Don't miss it, all the snark. Let's dive right in. So as of the time I'm taping this, the live feeds are back up. They were down for most of the day Monday, so it was just a matter of patience or impatience, waiting on them to come back with 2 huge gameplay updates. Before we dive into these big reveals when they return, let's talk about Vince getting sent a big old reality check from home and why he was so upset and pouty. So with the veto playing last Friday, which was a day early, the fandom was keeping an eye out for the feeds, thinking they were going to go down this weekend for the special eviction. That didn't happen. Saturday on the feeds instead was silence and then bickering between Ashley and Keanu over Rachel. Then Keanu blew Vince out of the water, saying he's playing for second place. I don't think he's wrong about that. We also had more of Morgan and Vince, aka Venmo, talking about option 1, which of course seems to be their code for some kind of relationship after BB27. That's the fan take on it, and I tend to agree. Only now Morgan and Vince are saying option 1 elevated. The obstacle to Morgan and Vince being together, they refer to as obvious reasons, another code phrase. So obviously Kelsey is obvious reasons. I think she should change her Insta profile name to that, just to let Vince and Morgan know they're not fooling anyone, least of all her. I mean, to be fair, I know there's been quite a few soulmates that have met in the Big Brother house, but if I recall, most of them coming into the house were single. Now, obviously, over 27 seasons, there has been unfaithfulness. We've all seen it. But the showmances that lasted and were long-term, turned into strong marriages, I can't recall any of them beginning with infidelity to a partner at home, emotional or physical. If you think of some, drop it in the comments. None spring to my mind. So option 1 elevated is, I wanted to tell you that in context for the reality check that Vince was sent from home. So the feeds went down for a bit on Sunday, and the remaining 5 house guests all got videos from home. Keanu's was his mom, his uncles, his sister, and Ashley was joking that Keanu's mom probably hates her and Rachel for fighting with him so much, and he just laughed and said, no, she'd like you. Morgan's mom and dad were on her video, also her brother and sister-in-law and her big old dog. Ava's boyfriend was with her parents on her video. I didn't catch who Ashley said was on her video. Not terribly important. The important thing was who was in Vince's video and who was very noticeably absent. Let me tell you what Vince did after the videos. So it's Morgan's birthday. They got cake mix, decorations, and more wine. Big Brother has been pouring booze on them again, I think trying to liven things up. Ashley sang a beautiful rendition of Happy Birthday to Morgan. Ashley should be singing her cameo videos after this. She has a truly gorgeous voice. Like, it was amazing. So Morgan was laughing, everybody's laughing, having fun and chilling, except for Vinny the Lip. He sat there under his mustache, guzzled wine, got a little tipsy, and pouted a whole lot. I think if Vince's egg detective costume had been in the house, he might have crawled in it to hide. He looks like he knows he's been dumped. And considering how non-aggressive, low confrontational, and tear-stained Vince and his beanie are, maybe Vince wanted the chance to go home and talk to obvious reasons, aka Kelsey, and break things off gently. Maybe. More likely, Vince was waffling on his final two in real life the same way he's waffling on final two in Big Brother. He was playing strategic sister wives with Lauren and Morgan in the game, and Vince was whiny and teary and couldn't choose between them, so Morgan kicked Lauren out of the house. I mean, Vince may have been hoping to keep Morgan and also keep Kelsey as his final two post-game options and then decide what to do, or let one of the women take out the other one. I don't know. But Kelsey seems to have made her own move for obvious reasons. So turns out Vince's parents were in his video, but Kelsey wasn't. And his parents being there was a huge deal because Vince said he was absolutely shocked to see them. He told the other house guests that his parents refused to be in his intro package. Vince said when they were filming that, his parents left the city to avoid it. They did not want to be on TV. So maybe production went to Kelsey to film as expected, and she said, heck no, not doing it. And his parents relented so he wouldn't not get a video, Vince was called to the DR a few times before they got the videos from home. So there are some social media theorists out there that think production warned him. I mean, were it me running production, I'd have wanted the surprise reaction in the house, but maybe they wanted a DR reaction thinking they'd get a more extreme version if he was in private. We'll see. And then there's the hair tie thing. For the whole of BB27, Vince has been wearing Kelsey's hair tie around his wrist. But after the videos from home debacle, Vince replaced it with one of Morgan's hair ties. So I also wonder if Morgan has told Vince that she kept Zach's toothbrush and bracelet. Although I think Morgan is over Zach at this point. I know I am. And if Morgan's not yet, once she's out of there and hears how Zach has been running his mouth about her, trying super hard to create some relevancy, Morgan might use his Oral-B to clean the gross communal BB27 toilet and send it back to Zach, or that's what I'd do. So after Vince's wine and whine evening, he told Morgan, I already know the future. There was more option one talk late into the night. I mean, if she wants Vince, I think Morgan can have him. At this point, Beanie Baby's parents may be packing up his boyhood bedroom ready to ship Vince's crap over to Morgan's gamer girl lair. So while the feeds were down, they went ahead and they evicted Keanu, but there was this cryptic message about the mastermind being back and twists and stuff, and that had people wondering if there was some twist coming that might give Keanu the chance to stay. I didn't think it was going to go that way. Just the math of where we are, how many episodes we have left, he had to go. So Keanu did try leading up to the veto ceremony, which is when he went out. He tried to talk Morgan into using the veto on him. That didn't work. Keanu tried talking to Ashley and Morgan about voting for him, and Ashley explained why keeping Keanu didn't make sense for her game. So he got nowhere with her, and we knew Ava wasn't going to vote to keep him. So here's what's crazy about Keanu's eviction. He is blaming it on Morgan, not Vince. Keanu said Vince put him on the block, but Morgan's the one keeping him on the block because she won the veto. So literally, Vince's mist is so strong over Keanu, he's doing the blame it on the woman thing. This is one of the worst reads of this season, in my opinion, and the perfect way to end it with Keanu exiting still in a cloud of wrong thoughts. Despite all that, Vince probably has Keanu's jury vote. And just by the way, Vince was complaining to Ava that Morgan was going to get credit for evicting him because she had the veto and because she was pushing him. And the thing is, that actually works in Morgan's favor at Final Two. And I think that is the version of it that Keanu's going to be spreading in jury, which is just gonna help Morgan, which is very funny. Before we get into the new HOH reveal, A funny thing real quick from Growing Up Creepy's exit interview, Kelly said she and Rachel butted heads because they played such similar games. Kelly said, quote, "We were maybe just too similar. I didn't like the way Rachel played the game, even though it was the same way that I played the game." What? Kelly was wanted out of the house from almost the get-go for making all the other house guests uncomfortable. Her superpower is putting people off. Rachel realized quickly she could not be a comp beast like she had before, and she started playing a highly social game of getting to know people and getting them to like her and keeping herself off the block, while Kelly was on the block a lot. Sometimes because she asked to, sometimes because people really wanted her gone. Rachel got to know almost all the house guests. Kelly got to know the bugs. Keanu literally said his closest ally had a bug as her closest ally, talking about Kelly. I do not look at Rachel and Kelly's gameplay in any way as synonymous. I am stunned that she has such a bad read on herself and Rachel. This floored me. Ashley spent some time planting seeds about how Ava's too dangerous to take to the end because she has so many friends in jury. And then while talking to Vince after the HOH that played out today, Ava was talking about Ashley being dangerous. So they've been pitching low-key to Vince, sometimes blatantly, with Keanu officially evicted and sent off to see Rachel, his mother, and his Uncle Will. We have a new HOH winner in the house, and it is, wait for it, Morgan. So she is locked into final 3. Obviously, she's going to nominate Ashley and Ava because it's all about the veto at this point. If Morgan wins the veto, presumably she'll keep noms the same and push on Vinny to evict Ava, which he says he won't. Not to Morgan's face, but telling Ava that. If Ashley wins the veto, Vince is out. He won't see final 3. And if Ava wins it, I think probably the same results. Morgan and Vince winning veto, I think, is his only chance to stay in BB27 at this point. And after Morgan went into the DR, when they came back in after what turned out to be a physical HOH comp with a mental component, it sounded like, Vince was sitting alone on the stairs muttering about how he's got to win the veto. Truer words have not been spoken. That's the only way Vince is. He wins it or Morgan wins it is the way that he moves forward to final 3. And with a physical HOH, is probably going to be a mental comp for POV or something with an element of chance, sliding stuff, tossing stuff. We'll see. Okay, guys, here's that BB breaking news for you. They went ahead and held the nomination ceremony on Monday, pretty late in the day Eastern time. And as expected, Morgan put Ava and Ashley on the block. Vince is safe for the moment, but not for long. It's all down to that veto comp.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.